This is that video you are looking for on how to write the statement of purpose for your graduate school application, which will get you admitted to the graduate program of your choice. If this is your first time here, let me quickly introduce myself. I am Dr. Emmanuel Akimboye. I have a PhD in medicinal chemistry from a research university in the United States, and I currently work in the United States as a scientist. So today, we are going to continue this class on how to write a great statement of purpose that will get you admitted to the graduate program of your choice. In the previous video, I have shown you the difference between a statement of purpose and a personal statement. And also there was another video where I itemized certain things that you need to consider before you start writing your statement of purpose. But today, we are going to be going deep into how to actually write the statement of purpose. And just a quick recap. The statement of purpose itself is a very powerful document. It's one of the most important documents that graduate admission committee look at in the process of evaluating the candidate to see if the candidate is actually good for the program and if the program is good for the candidate. So, and like I said in some of the previous videos on statement of purpose, there are major things that they are looking for. They are looking for your inspiration for wanting to come to that place, and they are looking for what your goals are for deciding to come to that particular program in order to get your MSc or your PhD. Also, what are the skills that you have acquired in the past, either through your education or some job experience or research experience that you are bringing to the table, which will help you in accomplishing your goals for coming to graduate program. Also, they want to know your expectations. What are your expectations for coming to that particular program? What do you think the program has to offer you that make you to decide that this is the program that I want to come to? And they also want to know what your goals are for the next 5 years or 10 years after the graduate program. So this explains why I said that the statement of purpose is one of the most important documents. Today I'm going to be giving you a guideline on how to write it, and we will actually break it down to paragraph by paragraph. And I have a plan of about 6 paragraphs that I normally use when I help people who are applying to graduate school to review their statement of purpose. So first, I must say that just like any piece of writing, the statement of purpose has 3 main parts. You have the introductory part, which is the introduction. Then you have the main body of the write-up, and you also have the conclusion. So this is how we are going to break it down today. Now, the guideline that I'm going to give, you can modify it to suit your situation. And if the program to which you are applying already provide their own guideline that they want you to use, or they give you a specific template that they want you to follow, my advice is please follow that instruction. Follow the template that the program gives you, because it is very important to follow any instruction that you are giving. Before we start, I must say that proper strategy is the key here. You need to plan it out and have a good strategy on how you are going to write it. And the statement of purpose is not just one document that you write one and you send it to multiple schools. Part of your strategy is that you are going to adjust it and modify it to suit each school and each program to which you are applying. And I'm going to be using both a teaching and a presentation style where I will be showing you slides and I'll be explaining things in the slide. If at the end of this video you need my detailed notes, apart from just the bullet point that you will see in the slides, just put it in the comment and request for it with your email, or you can email me directly. So let's quickly get into it. The first paragraph is the introductory paragraph. So introduce yourself. This introductory paragraph is probably the most important paragraph. It is in this first paragraph that you will also introduce your purpose, the reason you are coming into that program. Most people start forming an opinion and they begin to make decisions on what they are reading from the way the first paragraph reads. Or sometimes from even the first few lines of the first paragraph, people begin to form their opinion about what they are reading. That is how I am, and I believe that's how you are. That's how most of us are, whether we are reading a book or you are reading an article. And this is the same thing that happens when the admission committee members begin to read your statement of purpose. So this paragraph is very important, and you must work hard and work creatively to make it your best. You can start this paragraph with a very nice quote or an anecdote or a short but very unique and very powerful story from your personal life, which will then show something that is unique about you, something unique about your personality to the admission committee member that is reading your statement of purpose. This is very important because such uniqueness that is seen in your writing is going to give a lasting impression that even after reading your statement of purpose, they will still begin to think about you. You can also begin with a statement about a problem within the field that you want to study, or even a problem in the world. And it may be a personal experience that might have motivated or inspired you about this particular field, and that is why you are interested. So, and you will also indicate that your goal is to be one of the people who will solve this particular problem through research, which is what graduate school is about, especially if you are pursuing a PhD. So the research and the training and the exposure that you will get in the graduate school will prepare you to be one of the people who will solve that problem. Also, in this first paragraph, you are going to give one or two sentences that will explain your what and your why. Your what being, this is what I am going to do, and your why is, this is why I want to do it. That statement will now present a careful summary of why you are interested in pursuing a graduate program in that field. It will now indicate that you truly love research, you truly love problem solving by doing research. This is very crucial and places a lot of emphasis on the fact that you want to do research, you love research, and you see research as a way to solve problems, because the PhD programs are all about doing research, and not just about coursework, but about doing research. This first paragraph is going to be like a summary that will have painted a picture of what the whole writing is about. Now, let's go into the next paragraph, which is in the second paragraph, present some relevant technical information about your past education, your training, and how this education and training connect to the purpose that you have stated in the first paragraph. Because this second paragraph is going to give some relevant technical information based on your past education, training, and how this connect to prepare you to achieve the purpose that you stated above, this second paragraph will most likely focus on part of your bachelor's degree education or your master's degree if you have already had any. Now, the question you will be answering through here is very crucial, because this is where you are going to start expanding on your purpose for coming there, particularly in terms of coming there to do research. In what ways do these trainings and this exposure that you've had prepared you for what you are interested in pursuing in graduate school? This is an important question that you'll be answering in this second paragraph. Also, you can present a short but very relevant story or experience that may be useful in making a great point about this technical information that you are presenting here. The other important point that you will now be making in this second paragraph is that you'll be describing the research area that you are interested in pursuing, or you are interested in focusing on in graduate school for your dissertation research. Now, my advice here is don't make this research area or research interest to be too narrow. Don't go and pick a specific topic that this is the topic I want to work on. That will be too narrow. At the same time, don't make it too broad or too general that it will look like you haven't really thought through the graduate program and you haven't done your own research. Let me give an example to explain what I'm trying to say here. If you are in chemistry field or you are in science or biology like me, if you say that I want to look at alkaloid as organic molecule for targeting a particular enzyme in treating cancer, that is too specific and is too narrow. But if you say that you have been an organic chemist and you've taken classes in different topics in natural product chemistry and things like that, and you are interested in doing drug discovery research for targeting areas like lung cancer, that you will come up with new drugs for targeting specific enzymes that are responsible for multi-drug resistance. This type of topic is not too narrow and it's not too wide. But the wise thing here is that you must have done your own homework and you are sure that there is at least 2 to 3 professors in that program who are working in that area, so that those professors, when they read that in your statement of purpose, they will say that this guy is my guy and I'm interested in because he may be a great candidate to work in my lab. So I want you to keep this in mind as you look at this second paragraph. Also, since you have described the area of research that you are interested in pursuing, another important question that you need to answer is this: did you do any relevant research projects or you've done any group work in the past that affected your perspective and your interest in this particular field, in this particular area? If you've done such project and that is what makes you to be interested in pursuing that program, it is important that you also include that as the next line that will follow that description of your research area of interest. Another thing that will be a plus which you must mention is if you've done research in the past and you've published 1 or 2 papers, or you have made presentation in a local meeting or in a regional meeting or in a national meeting or in some international conference in that area, you can also mention that, and that will be a very great thing to read in your statement of purpose. So the main task in this paragraph 2 is that you must connect all this. You must answer the question of how all these things you have gathered, all these interests you have from your education, from the research experience you've had, and from your interest in this particular field, how do all these relate to that particular graduate program you are applying to, and your goals that you have highlighted in the first paragraph. It is very important that you keep in mind that everything you are writing must connect to the paragraph that comes before it. Nothing should stand in isolation. Everything must connect, and everything should always be reminding the reader about your purpose. The next thing that you will also introduce into this second paragraph is what extra skills will you gain from this program that will enable you to accomplish your goal that you have described above. You have presented your skills from your experience in the past based on your education and the exposure that you've had in research. If you've had any, you will also mention 1 or 2 things about the skills that you believe that you are going to get from the program. So you begin to set some expectations, because you are not presenting yourself that, you've known it all. You know that you still need to gain some skills. You still need some additional skills. And you know that this program is going to provide you with that. So this is important in this second paragraph. Now, another thing that could be a part of the second paragraph, depending on the situation, applies to people who probably have a low CGPA. And I have done a video where I talked about that, the fact that your low CGPA should not be a discouraging factor. And I advise that when you write your statement of purpose, you can account for why you have such low CGPA. So that's why I said that it doesn't apply to everybody. Now, you can present this at the end of this second paragraph, or you may make it your third paragraph. So for such people now, they are going to have about 7 paragraphs based on what I'm planning in this presentation, but others may have 6 paragraphs who may not need to mention this. So in that case, if you think your CGPA is low, it is at the end of this second paragraph that you will account for it in your third paragraph. Account for why you think your CGPA is low. Is it because of certain problem that you had when you are in school? Is it because of some family challenge? Is it because of financial problem? Whatever the problem is, or whatever the explanation may be. Sometimes for some people it's because they took a class where they were not that interested, and for some people it's actually because they are taking classes that are not even relevant to this program they are pursuing, and those are the classes that bring down their CGPA. So the key here is this: you want to account for why your CGPA is low without justifying it or trying to blame someone else or blame something else. You are taking responsibility, at the same time you are accounting for it, and you are making it clear that though my CGPA is low and I have this challenge, I have had this other accomplishment that I just present in this paragraph 2, and this low CGPA is not a true reflection of my academic ability and my research ability and my ability to think and solve problems. So I believe that if I am admitted into this program, I am going to do well, I am going to excel. And that is why I believe it is very important to account for it and explain why your CGPA is low. So let's go into the third paragraph. If you are not putting the low CGPA in your third paragraph, but if you put the low CGPA accountability in your third paragraph, then we are moving into the fourth paragraph now. In this next paragraph, present your relevant work experience. Relevant is underlined. Present relevant practical work experience or internship if you have any. And that is very easy to explain because the key is relevance. If it is relevant to the program or the area where you are going to do research, where you are interested in pursuing research, then the best way to go about it in this paragraph is to give a practical and concrete example of what you did on the job and how that influenced your desire to pursue graduate program. Show them how these are connected to your interest and your goals of coming to graduate school. You may actually tie these to what you intend to do after you complete your program in this school, and that is very perfect because it shows that you are thinking along, and not only are you thinking along, you have also done your homework, you have done your background research, and you have a plan not just for coming to school, but you have a solid plan for what is going to happen after graduate school. On the other hand, if this experience is not really relevant, if the work experience you have is not relevant to the program, or is not relevant to the type of research you want to do, I still always advise students to write about whatever work or job experience they have in their statement of purpose. Especially if, let's say, you have graduated several years ago and you have these 2-3 years. It is important to account for what you've been doing and why you believe that you have acquired skills that will still help you in your graduate program. And this is very good because even if the experience is not relevant, you can look at the leadership skills you gain. If you have any leadership skill or project management skill or some people skills that you develop while you are doing this work, and it is important you connect it, because by the time you get into graduate program and you begin to do research, it's like being on another job. And you need these skills. You need your leadership skill, you need your people skill, your project management skill. You need all these skills to succeed in graduate school. This is why it's very important that you highlight it and make it clear in your statement of purpose. For the next paragraph, which will be either the fourth paragraph or the fifth, depending on how you are planning, you are going to talk about the school, the program or the department, and your future goals within the program, within that department. The uniqueness of this is where you begin to present your expectations. What do you expect from the program? Because if you see how I'm planning this thing for you, your second and third paragraph presents your own skills, what you are bringing to the program. What do I have to offer, and why do I think I will succeed? That is why you present your past experience, both your past education, your past training, your past experience in research, or your past work experience that we just explained. Now, in this paragraph, you are telling them, this is what I'm expecting from you. This is my own expectation as well of what I want to get from the program. But you are going to present it also in a way that shows that you have done your homework. And I know you have this and this available, and because you have this available, I know this is the best place for me to do the program. This paragraph presents and describe your expectation from the program, how you will fulfill your research goal and your career goals. In this case, you are going to explain your future goals within the program, and how these future goals that you are describing within this program connects to your purpose that you have highlighted in the first paragraph, and how they even connect to your past experience that you have highlighted in the second and in the third paragraph. If you are an international student, for example, and you are applying to a school in the United States, it is also in this paragraph that you can state one or two lines why you choose that country, why you believe that the education you will receive is the best. And this is also very important, and you must choose the right word to describe what you are talking about here. Now, what about the program? You have to tell them about what you know about the school, what you know about the program. And this is very easy because you must have visited the website of the school, visited the program website, and also you will have looked at different faculty members in the department, particularly those who are involved in the graduate program and those who are doing any research that is relevant. Now, about the program, you need to check the website of the program or visit their social media platform and look at what is posted there. Are there anything that stands out to you that make you to think that this is the right place for you to come to achieve your goals for the graduate program? Something may be about the research facilities that are available within the program, or it may be some part of the curriculum that you love so much and you feel like, oh wow, I don't even see this particular coursework in other programs that I have checked, because there are certain graduate programs that design some specific coursework to help their students. For example, when I was in graduate school, I took a coursework on effective use of technology in teaching and learning. If you are somebody who is interested in teaching later or in doing research related to teaching and education, that is the kind of thing that you can bring up, that, oh, I saw your website, and on your website, I saw this course that you have on effective use of technology in teaching and learning, or whatever it is. Today, it may be something related to a particular software, or it may be that the program, apart from training students in doing research, they actually have a particular coursework in entrepreneurship for graduate students, or entrepreneurship specifically designed for PhD students. So, if you've seen such a thing in the program, you need to emphasize it and make it clear to them that I see this thing in the program and this is why I am interested. This type of unique observation that you have by visiting the website of the school or following them on social media is going to be very important in you establishing that I am a very serious candidate and I've done my homework, I've done my background research about the program before I conclude that this is a great fit for me. Also, if you've seen some of the alumni or some current graduate students or postdoctoral fellow and you've communicated with them and they've told you one or two things about the program that is exciting, this is also where to bring it up. It may be just one or two lines. All this begin to show that you have familiarized yourself with the school, you familiarize yourself with the program. Another thing which is very crucial is, are there certain faculty members within the program that Their research work is in your area of interest. It is here that you are going to mention that this is very crucial, because if you've seen such faculty member and you have contacted them, whether they reply you or not, it is important you bring it up that Dr. So and so within the graduate program is working in the area that's related to my research interest. And apart from visiting their website, I have communicated with them and maybe they have responded or things like that. It is important to bring that up. In fact, depending on how you have written this statement of purpose and how the application is, maybe that Dr. So and so that you are referring to is even among the admission committee and he will be reading it. And many people, when they see that you mentioned their name and you visited their website, they get excited. That affects all of us psychologically. You feel important and they want to learn more about you. They want to know more. They are more interested. So they are connecting your personality with your interest and with their own interest, and you can guess what? They will be interested in looking at your application further and in giving you consideration, because you need to always remember that in all these things, human factor is a big part of it and psychology is a big part of it. So you have to keep that in mind, and you are establishing an expectation that there's a reason I'm coming here and there are certain things I'm expecting to get from here. This paragraph is very, very unique, and I've told many students that you don't do a one-size-fits-all, because this is one of the paragraphs that will change when you change the school to which you are applying or you change the program that you are applying to. And you have to keep that in mind as you submit different applications to different schools, because it is this expectation you set in this paragraph that shows that this program is a good fit for me, just as I am a good fit for this program. And I know that if I come here, I'm going to succeed and I'm going to achieve all my goals for desiring to come to graduate school. So let's go to the next paragraph. Now to the fifth paragraph. What are your future goals? This is also important, and you will see we are building a case. We build a case in first paragraph about your why you want to come here, your purpose. In the second paragraph, we establish your past education, your past training, and how those are relevant. In the third paragraph, we bring in your past work experience and how those are relevant and how those have helped you to develop leadership skills. And in the fourth paragraph or fifth paragraph, depending on how it is as you've been following me, we have established that this place is a great fit for me and I have expectation for coming here, and these are my expectations, and these are what I also have to offer into the program as my future within this program. Now, in this other paragraph is, after I finish this program, what am I going to do? What am I going to do with the degree that I want to get here? And this is really important. It is something that you need to take very seriously, because if you are going to do a PhD, if you are applying to a PhD program, it is in this paragraph that you are going to establish that you are interested in pursuing research after your program. Because there is no point for you to be trained in the research program and spend 5 to 7 years learning how to do research, and the faculty member is teaching you everything that he or she knows in that particular field, and also you are using the resources of the program, you are getting funding, you are learning all the skills involved in doing research. There's no point learning all of that if you are not going to do research. Because we need to establish that, and you need to make that clear that you are interested in doing research. It may be academic research that you want to also go into teaching and research when you finish the program. You may be going to a research institution which is not academia. You may be going to industry to do research. You may want to start your own small consulting research firm. Whatever you want to do, even if you want to go into policy research, you want to go into government, or you want to go into business, you must tie it to research. You must make it clear that all the training I'm receiving, all the research training, the technical training, and the technical writing skills that I'm learning here, I am going to use them when I finish here, and I'm going to go and pursue something that is very useful. So it shows that you have thought through everything very well, that not only do you want to come there, but you have a reason you want to come there, and you have a reason of how life will be after school. So this is very important, just like everything else that we've been talking about. Everything is important as we look at this statement of purpose, because your purpose is important, your why for coming to the program. The question that you are going to be answering here are these: what are your career goals? What do you plan to do after completing this graduate program? Do you want to go into academia to teach and do research? Do you want to go into industry or go into government or have a startup, or you want to do a non-profit organization? This will be an elaborate on how you will get to the future that you have mentioned in your first paragraph through this graduate program, because you have said that you need this graduate program and you have a future that you are going, and this graduate program is now the bridge that will take you to that future. So it is that future that you are establishing in this paragraph. And how will the training that you will receive in this program enable you to get into that future? How will everything connect? How will your long-term goal connect to the short-term goal within the program? Because coming to the program is a short-term goal of achieving the PhD. Now you have the long-term goal of what will happen 5 years, 10 years after the program. So you have to now connect that future to the short-term achievement of the PhD. This is really important, and it is a crucial part that will be established. And like I said, make it clear that you are interested in pursuing research one way or the other. It doesn't have to be academia alone, but you must establish that you are interested in doing research. Now let's go into the next paragraph, which I believe will be the last paragraph. Now in this last paragraph, which will either be your 6th paragraph or your 7th paragraph, appreciate them. This paragraph is your conclusion. The key here is conclude on a very positive and a very optimistic note. I will say it again. Conclude on a very positive and a very optimistic note. Appreciate the committee members for taking the time to review your application. Also, state your expectation to receive a favorable consideration of your application from them. Also, you should state there that you look forward to meeting them during the interview, especially if it's been stated on the website as part of the evaluation process that there will be an interview, either a phone interview, or you will be visiting the site for your interview before you are admitted to the program. State it there. That is part of the positive note, that you look forward to seeing them during the interview, and you are excited as you look forward to visiting the city or the state where the school is located. So this brings us to the end of how to write a great statement of purpose that will get you admitted to the graduate program you are interested in. If you are interested in a PDF note that gives more detailed information than all the bullet points here, and give the part of the explanation that I have given that you can follow, just put it in the comment below with your email, or email us directly. I believe that you have gained a lot that has empowered you to go and draft that wonderful statement of purpose, and you begin to work on it and edit it and proofread it and perfect it to be a great statement of purpose. That's my desire for you, and that's the reason for making this video, to assist you to achieve this goal. Also, for you to be notified about the next video and other topic that we'll be talking about, I encourage you to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell. So enjoy writing your statement of purpose, and thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.